Now the works of the flesh are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, and heresies. Wow. Envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in times past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. So if you call yourself a Christian and you get involved in adultery, fornication, revelings, drunkenness, wickedness, lasciviousness, you just name it. All those things I just read. Look for a car wreck to happen and you to get your neck broke. Does God love you? Sure He does. Does He want you to go to hell? No, He does not want you to go to hell. So He knows if you keep living where you're living, that's where you're going. Was that what He just told us? If you live like those things and you're a Christian, Paul's preaching to the Galatian church. So if we live like that in the flesh and not in the spirit, then somewhere along the line, God is going to afflict us with something. And He's going to put you in a car wreck and He's going to break your back. Now, why do I tell this story? Because I've experienced this with many people. People that were living in sin, that were Christians, that was living with somebody out of wedlock, or they were out getting drunk, doing all kinds of stupid things they shouldn't be doing, and all of a sudden they had a car wreck and broke their back, and now then they're homebound. Now you can't go out and have those wild parties. Now somebody says, God could never have done that to me. Oh yes, He did. He did that to you because He loved you. Because He knew that if He didn't stop you from doing those crazy things, one day you'd get killed in a car wreck. And when you got killed in that car wreck, living in manifest of the flesh, where were you going? To hell. You could not come to heaven. I've had people say, but Thurman, I'm washed in the blood. I said, don't make no difference. Those people in the Church of Galatia was washed in the blood too. But did God say, did He say, He's the one said that? Did He said, if you live like this, you shall not inherit the kingdom of God? You think He means that? Sure. And so He will make you sick and afflict you and torment you and do all these things to you. He'll do everything. And what He's doing is trying to save your soul from going to hell. See, His ways are not ours, are they? No. But if it takes that to stop you from going to hell, He'll break your back in a car wreck. And then, of course, somebody said, well, I had a car wreck, broke my back. And somebody said, well, God did this to you. And you know what the average Christian will say? Oh, no, there ain't no way God would do that. He loves me. Yeah, He loves you. He's the one who did that. Because He knew if you kept that, and especially when I ask you the question, how were you living before the car wreck? Well, I was living with a girl I wasn't married to. Yeah, and we were going out and doing drugs every once in a while. We were going out and getting drunk once in a while. We were hanging out with the wrong crowd. Were you going to church? Well, once in a while. Not very often. Spent a whole lot more time in the bar than we did at church. And you want to know why you wind up with a broken back. You want to know why you wound up with both arms broke. You want to know why you wound up all contorted and you can't even feed yourself anymore. That's why. Because you were a disobedient child. Now then, can that be forgiven and you be healed? Yes, it can. Sure it can.